Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the live. Um, Today, we are talking about entrepreneurship. We are talking about investing in real estate and whatever else you guys want to talk about. But it's been a minute since I've done a live stream, and I just say, you know what? It's Friday night. Friday night used to be our night for doing live stream back in the day. And I just was in the mood to talk to you guys and do a live stream and answer some questions. Eat some ice cream. Drop me a comment, man. Who's in here? Let me see who's in the chat. Y'all drop me a comment. Let me know where you're from. And let me know where you're from. And then we could just start. We could just get it cracking. We could start the question and answer. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I am here for you guys. A lot of people ask me if I do mentorship. You got to pay me in ice cream. A lot of people ask me, they ask, can they pay me to talk to them or be a mentor to them? And to be honest, I don't have a lot of time. I really can't do that. It's not my business model to make money, to get paid by the hour, to like give advice or something like that, or get paid like that. I'd rather give away the game for free, or in a court, like a real estate course or something like that. So do me a favor. We got 37 people in here. Drop me a thumbs up real quick. And drop me some questions, man. I don't know what's going on with I can't see the chat, man. What's going on with this pop out chat? All right, there it is. There it is. Got it. What's good? What's good? Now I can see the chat. There we go. Yeah, hit the thumbs up for your boy. Let's get it cracking, man. What's up, Chess Holmes? So shout out to Chess Holmes. I've been meaning to give him a shout out because he recently closed a deal. I think he said it was your biggest deal yet. I have to look up the exact message, but I've been watching you, brother, and I see you making moves in the real estate game. And tell us about that deal, man. Give me the details so I can shout you out real good. But I know you recently signed I believe it's a multi-unit, right? And that's big news, man. I see you though. I see you on Instagram. I see your videos, and I see you making them positive moves. I see you investing in real estate and making it happen. And I mean, you're just another example of how powerful investing in real estate is. And like, anybody can really get into it. All right, so big shout out to Chess Holmes. Y'all go check out his YouTube channel. For everybody that's watching this recording that wasn't able to check it out live, make sure after you check out this video, go check out Chess Holmes, subscribe to his channel, especially if you want that real estate content. And if you want to learn about how to invest in real estate, you can always buy my course too. But that's why we do these live streams, so you can ask questions and we can get right into it. So somebody asked a question about Airbnbs and how do I feel about Airbnb. So let me pull that question up. Let me see. Man, where's that question about Airbnbs, bro? Dang, it scrolled out the way. What is your okay? The William Dabbs experience. What's up, William? William's in Baltimore, born, ATL raised. So what are your views on Airbnb? All right, so let me just tell you, not only do I have a view on Airbnb, but I have experience with Airbnb. And let me tell you my experience with Airbnb. Most of my properties that I have here in Central Ohio are single family homes that I rent out 12-month leases. But I have one property that I experimented with setting it up as an Airbnb because of where it was located. It's on like the number one or number two busiest street in the city, in a major metropolitan city. So I was like, let me try to make this a Airbnb. And that property as an Airbnb was my highest grossing rental property out of my entire portfolio in history, because with it being an Airbnb, it's fully furnished. And what was happening is I was getting people that wanted to live in a house instead of an apartment, but they didn't know how long they were going to be in the city, but they knew they wanted to stay in a house. And so they would rent out my Airbnb, but they would rent it out for a long time. So they'd be paying me like that house normally would be worth like $1,300 a month, right? If I rented it out normally in a 12-month lease, unfurnished. But as an Airbnb, that same property was making about $2,300 a month. It might have been more than that. It might have been almost 3,000 a month, something like that, as an Airbnb. So I had a really good experience with Airbnb. My next major real estate project that I'm looking at is to buy an Airbnb specific property in Florida and straight Airbnb it. So yeah. So yeah, that's so yeah, I got nothing but good things to say about Airbnb, but I know one thing: you got to be careful if you buy an investment property and you want to Airbnb it. Depending on where that property is, there might be restrictions either currently or in the future that might prevent you from legally doing an Airbnb. So you got to be careful about that. That's what I'm gonna say on the flip side. Benjamin Hall, what's up, brother? He said, "What's up, Will? I'm from Brighton Road." Ben, is that you? I can't see the little icon that well. But Ben, if that's you from Walnut Ridge, my brother, what's good, man? I don't remember you from Brighton Road though. I remember you from out east. But if it's a different Benjamin Hall from Brighton Road, what's up to you? Because Brighton Road was my hangout. All right, let me see. James Wade 21 asked me a car question. He said, "How does it feel to have that car, my brother?" James, which car are you talking about? You talking about the Aventador SV? How does it feel, man? Let me tell y'all the truth, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys on Friday night. How does it feel? First of all, let me ask everybody. We got 66 people in here. Can we get 66 thumbs up? We got 32. Can y'all all hit the thumbs up for me? 66 thumbs up. All right, now while y'all hit the thumbs up, let me tell y'all this quick story. How does it feel to own a Lamborghini Aventador SV, darn near brand new? How does it feel to own a Ferrari F12 or the Huracan? Let me tell you the truth, man. I didn't like hit the lottery, right? I didn't hit the lottery to get those cars. I didn't get an inheritance to be able to get those cars. I didn't get somebody just one day popping up and giving me a whole lot of money for something I did like at one point in time, and then I was able to get those cars. I was able to get those cars after putting in a lot of years of hard work running various companies. So I put in a lot of work to be in a position to be able to get those cars. So when I think about how much work I had to put in to be able to get those cars and own those cars, when I look at the cars, it's a reminder that I didn't do all that hard work for nothing. So when I look at the cars, it's like I feel accomplished and it feels good, but it doesn't feel like the same thing as if you hit the lottery. It doesn't feel like jump up and down and celebrate because you got lucky, right? And you feel like you hit the lottery. It doesn't really feel like that. It feels more like it's more like a representation of all the hard work and sacrifices to be able to do that. So it's kind of like something that keeps you grounded to say, like, that car could come and go, right? At any point in time. The important thing is that all of the work that I put in to be able to get the car is everything I had to learn in order to execute to be able to get the car. That's the important thing. So the car is just a byproduct, man. It's an accomplishment, it's a fun thing. Um, but it wouldn't be the same if I couldn't share it with you guys on YouTube. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't have some new friends or whatever that also have, some nice cars like that that I can be proud of and I can share moments with and stuff like that. But but it's man, I still work, man. I still work. I still grind. I still hustle. I still have a lot of responsibilities. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a mixed thing, man. Like it's kind of like you can't totally enjoy it. Plus, the other thing is like a lot of people don't realize. Let me tell you some like real stuff. We're gonna have some real talk this Friday. You can have a car like that. You can have a business. You can be successful. You can make a lot of money. But those things are not the most important things in a person's life. So I'm human, and I got family. I got relationships. I got people in my life I care about. And if those people are not 100% good or doing as good as I might be doing, I can't enjoy the things to 100% uh, like I would like to because I got other people and things to worry about in real life, to deal with. So it kind of balances the stuff out. You can never kind of look at somebody like me where I had to earn the Lambo or whatever. I had to earn it and I had to make some sacrifices. I had to work my ass off, right? You can never look at a person like that and just expect that everything is rosy. There's probably a bunch of stuff going on in that person's life that they can't even control. So, but they're attached to it, you know what I'm saying? Like family and friends and stuff that you care about that might not be doing that good. And so you can't it's not all a big celebration and all a big like 100% thing where I can say like I'm always like super happy and stuff like that. Like I would trade my car, anything. Like y'all know I got kids. My son is autistic and my son can't talk. I would trade all of my cars and everything. And if somebody said they had a magical cure to help my son be able to talk, I would trade it all for him to be able to talk and lead a normal, productive, happy life. Now, that's not to say he won't be productive and happy, but but that's something in life, and I'm attached to my son forever. So so it's all but I look at the car, man. It's nice and it's accomplishment. I enjoy cars. I look at it and I feel like, yeah, I worked hard for that, and that's a representation of all the hard work. And if I can use that car to inspire somebody else, then that makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? If some young version of me sees that car and they're like, wow, what did that guy do to be able to get that car? I want to do that too. And I did it legally. I didn't do it by selling drugs or something illegal or anything like that. I did it legally by putting in hard work, trying to be smart. If I can inspire somebody else to do that, then it makes it worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get. I get pleasure out of that. So there you go. Long answer to a short question. Low key T4 for life said, he said, what is the most money you ever made in a day? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. So here's how like the business that I'm in, the business that I'm in order to make money in one day, you had to do a bunch of work before that day to where you sign that contract. Um, but like I could tell you, like in real estate, it probably was in real estate, maybe it was like in real estate, maybe it was like 80,000, maybe at a closing. So it's one day when you get that check, but I had to. It may have taken me 3 months to do the work, right? But maybe in real estate, it might have been 80. Maybe in my main business, in one day, probably would have been like a big contract I signed for um 6 feet, like like 100,000, a couple 100,000 or something like that. 100, I don't know, like 100 some thousand probably. But you got to remember, like I said, in the business that I'm in, if I sign a contract for a couple $100,000, then that means I probably got to do work for a year or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like really one day. Now, if you broke it down into really literally one day, like work that was executed kind of like in one day, maybe man, maybe a few $1,000s or something. But none of the work that I do is it's like leading up to that one day, like all this work I had to put in for that, sign that contract. That's one day, but maybe the contract is for work I did on a house or work that I'm going to have to do for 12 months. You know what I'm saying? So like, so what I do is not like doing a flip is kind of like easy money and fast money, but my main business, which makes way more than my real estate business, like a lot of people don't realize that, but I always try to include like this live stream is about investing in real estate and entrepreneurship. But what I don't want people to forget, like a lot of people, they like to talk about the real estate, and I like to talk about it too because the average person can do real estate. But most of the money that I've made in my career, in my life, was not the real estate money. It was the real estate's been a good investment, but it's been through entrepreneurship, like starting businesses and doing work for people and setting up and like building software. And the software, you know, has done its thing for years and years and years that allowed me to get into real estate. So I don't want people to forget that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's a hard question. What's the most money I ever made in a day? You know, like I don't hustle for a day and then like take home pay for a day. Like I gotta make a deal. And a deal is like what we're gonna do for 12 months of marketing or advertising or recruiting or some software access or some database, some access to a database I created or something like that. Or you know what I'm saying? Or even if like YouTube, like you make money in the long burn with YouTube, that kind of thing. All right, let me check out let me check out some more of the questions, man. I appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up. We got 129. See what happened? Look, when you guys hit the thumbs up, look what happens. More YouTube says, oh, people like this video or they like this live stream. When you hit the thumbs up, the number doubled. We had 66 people in here, and you guys hit the thumbs up, and now we got 130 people in here. So for the 130 people that are in here, please hit the thumbs up because what I'm trying to do in this live stream is just answer questions and share knowledge and help you guys however I can, or we just have fun talking about the cars or whatever. So Alex, I see your question. So Alex said, hey Will, I've been watching you from when I was 10. Now I'm 14, turning 15 soon. Can't wait to get the ball game started. Any tips? Love you, bro. Keep up the great work. So love you too, brother. And thanks for watching me and supporting me. And thanks for reminding me that I have young people that watch my channel because I try to make my videos. I'm not perfect, but I try to make my videos to keep in mind that young people are watching because I got kids too that are a little bit older than you. But it's good that you remind me that your age and that you're watching because I try to make my videos so that anybody can watch my videos without a whole bunch of vulgarity or cussing or anything like that. So let me ask you a question. Any advice for you to get started? So like 14 years old, man, my advice is at the age that you're at now, this is for anybody that's young, right? You're in high school or you're in middle school or something like that. Try to do as many different types of activities and things that you can. Like, for example, be involved in sports if you can, right? Try to do some sports because one thing you learn about sports is you can learn individual sports and individual effort and hard work. The other thing you can learn is teamwork and working with other people and being able to communicate and deal with other people in a team setting. So try to do some sports and activities. The other thing, try to get involved in is like activities around learning something. Like there might be a class for learning how to write computer code, right? And you can go and be involved in that class, and you can figure out if you like it or not, right? You can get some exposure, but try to get involved and exposed to a lot of different things related to careers that you can have in the future, so that when you get in high school and you're getting ready to graduate and you're thinking about maybe going to college or even going to trade school, you can have an idea of what you like and what you don't like so that you can choose a path and you'll have had enough exposure to things to where you could choose a path. Like in my case, my parents bought a computer when I was in middle school, and my buddy Marcus, who works with me now at HBCU Connect, my main business, my buddy Marcus showed me how to use the computer to download video games. And I had to learn how to write computer code to be able to use the computer every time because I couldn't afford a hard drive, like way back in the day. So I got exposure to computers, and I learned that like not everybody else in my house didn't care about computers. Like out of 4 kids that was in my house, I was the only one that gravitated towards, but I liked it. I was comfortable sitting at a computer and writing a little program, and I was patient. I didn't get upset. I didn't get mad. It was just like easy for me. But because my parents gave me that exposure, when I went to graduate from high school and go to college, I was like, you know what? I like computers. Let me pick that. Let me pick computer science, and that changed the rest of my life. Like I wouldn't be here right now if I hadn't had that exposure and then made that decision. So my advice to you is get exposure and try different things related to career paths because people don't realize this. Like you might like realize you're good with your hands. I'm not good with my hands like that. I'm okay, but I don't have patience like working with cars and stuff like that. I can do it, but I run out of patience real fast when I'm working with my hands. But like let's say you were good with your hands, you wanted to be a carpenter or you wanted to be a plumber or something like that. People don't realize, but plumbers make 6 figures. Like you can become a plumber and make 100,000 plus as a plumber real fast. So just get exposure and choose a path, man. Well, that exposure will help you choose a path. And don't be afraid of math, man. And don't be afraid of engineering and science because the work that I do now, I help people get jobs. And the companies in the United States that are coming to me to hire people, they want engineers, they want scientists, they want people that know math, they want computer programmers, they want people that are finance people. That's what they want. They can't get enough of that. So don't be afraid of math and follow your dreams, young man. All right, let me see. What's the next question, man? How many people we got in here? 139 people, 113 thumbs up. I appreciate it. So we are here tonight talking about well, we're really just having a live stream, man, where I'm answering whatever questions you guys ask me. Rod B said Hampton represent. Yes, sir. Pirates, Hampton Pirates all day. I went to Hampton University in Virginia, and I learned how to code. And Reginald Bryant, how you doing? Do I do any coding in C or C++? Yeah, I, I I got my first job out of college, and I had to write C and C++ code at that job. And Rich, how you doing, Rich? Good to see you in here, Rich. Just to save on commissions, agent license is actually a detriment for strictly an investor. Yeah. So y'all listen to Rich. So all right, let me see what other questions. You guys drop me some questions in here. I'm gonna look, I'm gonna scroll back a little bit. Um yeah, Mike C said, does a real estate license help you out in any way? I could see a few ways it could help out. One, if you want to be a realtor, it could definitely like it's necessary if you want to make money helping people buy houses and sell houses. Number two, you will learn something. You will learn about real estate. You will learn about some of the legalities of real estate. You'll learn all kind of stuff. So it doesn't hurt to learn, but it's not necessary if you want to be an investor. Like I don't have a real estate license, so I have to lean on experienced real estate licensed professional and my realtor, Rich. So, but it's not necessary. All right, let me see. What y'all want to talk about, man? Ask me some questions, man. D. Robbie said, "When hey Alex, how you doing, man? I always smile when I see your comments because they're always so well thought out, man. I appreciate that." So D. Robbie said, "When are you going to create a course about the software industry?" Um, you know what? I never had a plan to create a course about the software industry because there's a lot of them. I might create a course about entrepreneurship. Um, I might create a course about entrepreneurship and like how I was in the software industry, but my business is kind of unique. And I would just do that for free, like on YouTube. Like I'll make a series of videos on YouTube. I don't think I'll create a course for it, but if you ask me questions, I'll answer them though. So if you have a question about running a software company or running a technology company and all that, you can ask me. I'll answer you. Ricky Parker, thanks for the super chat. And Ricky Parker's comment was Pipe Welders Union 200,000 starting a year. That's crazy. So you could be a pipe welder and you can make $200,000 a year starting. See, I think the bottom line is you just can't be lazy. Like, don't be afraid to learn a skill or a trade. Like when I went to college, I learned computer science and computer programming. That's just a skill or a trade. I happened to just go to a 4-year college where they offer that program, and I learned a trade. I learned how to write software. And software engineers now make a lot of money. They make, especially if you know what you're doing, you make a lot of money. So thanks, Ricky Parker, for that knowledge that somebody might be able to take advantage of. Jason Hairston, thanks for the super chat. Jason said, your content has been life changing and gave me the confidence to push myself to get into tech despite graduating in finance. Also, purchase your course and we'll send some questions. P.S. When you come into the DMV. Hey, Jason, first of all, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, thanks for investing in the course. And for those people that ask me like to mentor them and stuff like that, if you buy my course, I am obligated to answer your questions. So that's just how I feel about it. So that's probably the number one way to get access to me, because you can just ask me questions. I feel obligated to answer. And I appreciate the comment, Jason. As far as when I'm coming to the DMV, I don't have a plan because of all the COVID stuff, but I will be there for sure. I'll be back because my business, when we do events, the DMV is the number one place for us to do events. So I'll be back. Probably, if I had to guess, late fall or 2022. But yeah, man, my event business is going crazy right now. I'm so busy. I had to apologize to Rich today. Rich is my realtor. I had to apologize to him because I can't do any more projects right now unless it's something super easy like the last flip we did. But I don't even know if I could just pay attention to that. I mean, I could probably, but yeah, Jason, appreciate you, man. And make sure, man, ask questions, brother. So I see another question. Omar Ali said, "What are my coding languages?" I built my website and I built the technologies for my website using the platform. It's called LAMP, LAMP, Linux and MySQL and Perl. Linux environment, MySQL and Perl. And so I'm on Linux servers. I have MySQL database, and the software that I use is Perl. Perl is a real powerful scripting language, but it has the modern construct of all modern object-oriented programming languages like Java, like C++, like C Sharp, any of these modern programming languages. I chose Perl because I learned it early on. It was easy to use, and like when I started my website years ago. That's my biggest language, but I know Java. I'm very comfortable with Java, and I used to do a lot of C and C++ coding, and I used to do a lot of proprietary languages because I worked for the company that created C++. So we had to learn all kind of stuff. Tam, how you doing, Tam? Tam said, "Are you looking for cloud security or dev security ops contractors?" Yes, Tam. Sign up on my website, hbcuconnect.com/resumes, because I'm talking to some companies that are asking me for that talent quite frequently. So tighten up your resume and get connected. Go to my website, upload your resume, and be on the lookout. Join all of my events, and we'll get you plugged in. Pretty straightforward. Ricky Parker, another super chat. Thank you. You only need to pass a math test and a high school diploma for the Pipe Welders Union. That's crazy. $200,000 a year, Pipe Welders Union. You guys take advantage of that, man. It sounds like a great career opportunity. So let me jump down. Yeah, PHP as well for LampStack. That's correct. And I can write code. PHP is very similar to Perl. We're talking about a little bit of programming language stuff, which is cool, man. Everybody hit the thumbs up for me, and welcome to the live stream. We're gonna have some fun. I'm just gonna answer whatever questions. I just kind of had to move. We used to do these Friday night live streams all the time. It's a good way for me to bond with my subscribers and my little community of the Motivation Nation. So I enjoy doing this. It's been a while. So I figured, why not? Let's talk about, entrepreneurship. Let's talk about investing. Or you guys can always ask me about the car stuff. All right. So whatever y'all want to talk about. So Chess Holmes asks, what are your thoughts on JavaScript? I use this for my online website that teaches chess to kids. Yeah, JavaScript is when I first started writing code, like as a programmer, JavaScript was sort of like a side language that you just use to get stuff done in a browser. And it was it was powerful, but it was sort of limited. But now, like JavaScript, man, there's so much stuff you can do in a browser in JavaScript. I now help people get jobs where their primary language is JavaScript, which is, if you know JavaScript, you pretty much you can program in Java. It's just that the context is going to be a little bit different because JavaScript is web browsers or for devices like where there's going to be a web browser or a mobile device or something. So but JavaScript super powerful, and more like you can have a whole career being a JavaScript coder. But when I got started, there was no careers for people that knew JavaScript. You would be a web developer that was a programmer, and you should know JavaScript, and you should know some front end languages like HTML or markup languages like HTML, and you just knew JavaScript because you're a programmer. So, but now like you could be that could be your whole specialty. All right, Al X. He said, I've been in a little bit of a rut lately. I've been catching up on your videos to get my motivation back again. Got to get back to hitting it hard, working towards being successful. Yeah, man. I mean, we all get in a rut for different reasons. And believe me, like part of me doing this live stream, I just want to talk to y'all a little bit and keep it real. That's why I like the question about somebody said, how does it feel to own like a Lamborghini Aventador SV? Man, like, let me keep it real. Like, I'm a human being, man. I didn't have like somebody that gave me an inheritance or somebody that I won the lottery or got lucky or something like that. I had to work hard. I had to make some sacrifices. But I have a family, man, and if you care about your family and you care about your friends, when they go through things, you go through it with them. So we may get into ruts, man. But you got to know yourself. You got to know yourself. You got to know what you need in order to be good, and you got to take care of yourself and feed yourself what you need so that you're good, and then you can be good to everyone around you. You know what I'm saying? If that's what your thing is. But at least to be good with yourself, man, you got to know yourself. You got to be honest with yourself to know what you need to get good. Like if you think about your most productive time in your life, what did it look like? What were you doing? Who was around you? Why was it? Why were you motivated? Why were you in a good space? What do you need? So you got to know yourself and pull yourself up out of the rut, man, because sometimes we got to be our own ass kicker. You know what I'm saying? So get on it, brother. All right, man. Nocturnal Music said, do you travel south to South Florida for events? Um, I would travel there for car events for sure, and I have, but I haven't done any. Well, yeah, man, I've done some conferences, but it's not a hot spot for us to do recruiting events for my main business in South Florida. I think because a lot of the businesses that are there are already diverse, and the ta- the talent that's there is the companies that are looking for certain talent when they come to us. There's that talent is there in South Florida, but it's not as dense as in other places. At least for the people I'm looking for. So, but I'm there for the car events. I'll be down there for sure. I like South Florida. My dad is from down there, and I want to have a house in Central or South Florida eventually. All right, let me look for some other questions, man. What we got here? Um, Kurt Norton Tariquez said, "Do you use the same general contractor?" No. Every time I do a big project, I'll try to use the same general contractor, but they might not be available for my timeline. So I got to be prepared to use another general contractor and try people out. So I like to give people small jobs to try them out. If they do good with the small job, I'll give them a slightly bigger job, or I'll give them part of the job. Or in most cases, you would probably consider me as the general contractor because I hire all the subcontractors. So I normally don't have a general contractor, but if I was to build a house, yeah, you better have a general contractor, or it's gonna take you 3 years like it took me. The Sneak 2008 said, need a business website built. Do you have someone you can recommend? I recommend this site called Upwork.com. Upwork.com. Go on there, post your project, be very descriptive, and you'll get bids on your project to build your website. Um, because I build most of my own websites, I don't really have like a go-to person to build a website. But if I did, I would go to Upwork. Simple as that. All right. So that's the answer to your question. MJG, what's up, bro? And what's up, Sean Watson? I appreciate that comment, man. You said you love the channel. I love that you love the channel, man. I really appreciate that, and I do it. That's why I do it, man. So see whatever I can share. A lot of people. Somebody asked me a question too. They said, when does showing buying a car or owning a car on YouTube, when does it cross the line of being braggadocious as opposed to trying to help people? And I was like, that's something I struggle with. That's something that I not struggle with, but it's something that I think about and I'm conscious of when I make my videos with these cars. Because I never want there's a lot of car channels, right? Where people are buying cars and showing themselves owning cars on YouTube and like, look at this car I got, look at that car I got, look at this Lambo, look at this, and they show all of that, and then that's what their channel is about. My channel is not really about that, even though I show that. That's not what it's about. Let me keep it real with you. Like, I'm not afraid to say this. These cars that I have on my YouTube channel, they're clickbait. I use the cars like to lure people in, but it's also a justification for me to make sense of spending that much money on the car, right? So I'm like, how can I buy this freaking Lamborghini? It costs $100,000. That's the stupidest thing in the world, right? To pay that much for a car. How can I buy this car and it's not stupid? Maybe if I buy the car and make a YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel becomes a business that makes money, or maybe it's a nonprofit, and I can actually help some people because they saw the car and they wanted to listen to me and they wanted to see how I got the car. They want to learn from me. Then it can maybe make sense. Maybe then I can justify buying a stupid, expensive car. So for me, that's what it's about, man. So when I show the cars, I'm just trying to lure people in to see how I can help them. Like, here's my life experience. Maybe you can learn from my life experience, and you can apply that to your own life. And if you like that car, then you can go get one. So you don't have to look at somebody who has that car and wish that you had that car, or feel like it's not attainable because you don't have the knowledge. Well, you see me with the car, and I'm the guy that's going to tell you, hey, little brother, like, this is how you do it, man. You can go and you can learn a trade. You got to be able to make money, first of all. And there's a lot of ways to make money. This is how I did it. I made money. I went to college. I learned how to write code. I started a business. I started another business and another business. I started investing. The investment started doing good and blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, you got a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? If you want one. So that's what I did appreciate that question from the guy, because for me, that's a real legitimate thing, because I do show the experiences for the content, but it's a lure to get people in. So MJG said, thoughts on the used car market? Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, to the point where the Aventador SV that I bought, I might make a lot of money off that car. Like, I might actually make a lot of money off that Aventador SV if the market stays crazy like this. And like, we're going to electric cars, right? So that's happening. So once we get there, the closer we get there to the electric cars, these special cars, these cars that are special, like a Lamborghini SV, or whatever, a Lamborghini Huracan naturally aspirated, or Ferrari F12 with a V12 engine. They're not making any more of those forever after. So what I think about it, man, is like a really strange blessing. Like that, something that's been my hobby that where I could lose money in the past has turned into something where, I'm gonna tell you guys on this live stream, I sold my truck, my Ram TRX, for almost $10,000 profit. Okay, that's crazy. So I drove it, I got paid to drive that truck. So buying a new car, not a used car, I bought a new car and sold it for a profit. That's crazy. So I'm happy. I wish it was always like that. I'll be buying cars left and right. But of course, it's not like that all the time. And you gotta pick and choose. And I really did literally think about maybe this truck will be worth something because it's special. Maybe this SV will be worth something because it's special. You know what I'm saying? So like I think it's dope. I hope, it doesn't bother me one bit that cars are more and more expensive. Yo, Courtney Robinson, brother. Is that my brother Courtney? If it is, God bless you, brother. I appreciate you. I admire you. And I look forward to the next time we hang out. But he said, how does your spiritual life reflect in your day-to-day success? And is this important? Man, this is super important. You know, my spiritual life, how does it reflect in my day-to-day success, man? Like basically, my success is a result of my spiritual life, I feel. Now, I don't talk about it a lot because I feel like it's the same thing with the cars, right? If I can lure you in with the cars, like I know who watches the cars, people like me. People like the young version of me, like, wow, look at that car. I would love to have one of those one day. How do I learn how to get it? I can lure the young version of Will in with the car. Then I can teach Will the shortcut of how to get it. Maybe not the shortcut, but if he doesn't know, I can show him how to get it. Same thing with my spiritual life, but it's a little bit different. Um, for me, it's like the actions speak louder than the words. So if I'm sitting here talking and talking and talking about the spiritual life, the fact that it's there and that you bring it up is great because a lot of people don't realize this about me. Like for example, when I went to college, I came from a poor family. My mom and dad were struggling to scrap up some money for me to go to college. I used to walk around campus with my backpack and my classes I had to go to. And I used to walk around campus praying to God to help me not let down my parents. Let me be successful. Let me do good in college so that my parents didn't waste their money on me, so that my parents can be proud of me and happy that I took their advice and went to college. I used to pray, man. When I would be walking around by myself, in my head, I was praying, God, please don't let me fail out. Help me to do what I got to do. And I always had this internal spirituality, and I always had this thankful gratitude for everything. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that has helped me be successful because I appreciate every little thing. I get a check. I've had checks for hundreds of thousands of dollars, or let's say six-figure checks, but I also get checks for $200 or $50. And I say thank you. I say a little prayer of thanks for every little thing and that gratitude, and don't take things for granted. And even when bad things happen, it's like, hey, don't forget, you got to stay grounded and remember what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, when people ask me, like, how does it feel to own the SBS? Another part of it is like, I don't even really feel like I own the cars and the material things. I don't feel like I own any material things. It's almost like I'm just the boss of that stuff for however long, God allows me to have those things and use those things. But obviously, like for people that can really see through my intention is to use these things that I've been blessed with to bring people in and around so that I can try to do something positive. And that comes from my spiritual belief and my like my faith base. And I grew up in church. My dad was a pastor and that. Now I don't go, I wasn't the one dying to go to church, but I learned a lot, from my dad, and I believe in God, you know what I'm saying? And for my success, like I attribute it to that belief system. So yeah, it's extremely important. But like I feel like we all can be humbled, you know what I'm saying? And we all we all need to have some type of spirituality and some type of system that you believe in, or some type of faith or something that you believe in, because you're going to be tried and tested in the game of life. And while it may look like somebody is successful because they have a Lamborghini or whatever, believe me, there's always a challenge. Like I said, like y'all see me with my son in my videos, my son cannot talk. I do not know how to fix him. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a miracle worker. I don't have the educational know-how to fix my son so that he can talk. My son cannot talk. So believe me, like when you see like maybe I had success in business, I am humbled, and I have to ask God and pray to God to help my son and to help me with my son and to be patient and to have exposure and to do things. So so that's a great question, man. And it's always good to dig in and understand people, because my mode of operation is not to talk as much about that. It's more to show people with my actions. Like this is an example of something that works for me. This is an example of how I'm doing things and what kind of person I try to be, you know what I'm saying, based on that. But really good question, Courtney. Thank you. Uh all right, next question. Let's see what we got. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? All right, man. Nico Capone, man. Look like Nico got some real stuff for us to talk about. Alex, how much is the real estate agent test? Uh, Rich, can you answer that question? Thank you. Rich already answered it. So Nico Capone got some real stuff to talk about. Said the motivation is real. I'm going through withdrawal right now. I battle with addiction. Before I started watching your channel, I was really, really thinking of not going through with it, but listening to you helps. So, man, Nico, don't feel like you're alone. Now, I never struggled with drug addiction. I never struggled with alcohol addiction. I don't like alcohol really. I'll have a social drink, but thank God, when I first had a drink of alcohol, I realized I didn't like it. So it was like whatever, I didn't have to worry about it. I don't really have an addictive personality. I never had a desire to experiment with drugs because I knew how dangerous they were. So I never had that experience. But like I said, I have family, I have friends, I know people that I care about. So if they go through that, then I'm going through it with them, and I'm learning how to deal with it with them. And there's a lot of people that deal and struggle with addiction to things, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, whether it's marijuana or something like that. I think people you just got to be real with yourself. The fact that you can say that you struggle with it and you have a battle, at least you're being real with yourself. Um, but I'm gonna give. I don't have like a lot of experience with that to know, like, to be able to give you some super duper advice. But I do know one thing, man. One thing I know is that if you surround yourself with good people and you come across good people, you have to make an effort to keep them in your life. Make an effort to, if you meet good people, to coordinate being around them, to have a dinner, to have a lunch, to go for a walk, to go for a drive, to go to the movies. Have these people in your life, man, so that you can do things that are not destructive, like dealing with drugs or alcohol or whatever. Have some people in your life that can help you do different things and stay distracted from that and stay away from that, and pick people that are, of course, that don't have that lifestyle, so that becomes normal not to have that. But if you're around a lot of people that's what they're doing, is they're drinking, smoking, or doing some type of drugs or something like that, and you were trying to get away from it, then you might not want to be around those people. You might have to choose some people that are doing something totally different. So like I said, I don't have all the answers because I can't there's some things I can't quite relate to, and I don't have answers for it, but I do know, like, that would be my advice, man, is keep good people around, and always be real with yourself, and seek help that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes people don't know how to help you. Like, let's say you were my brother, man. I might want the best for you, and I might want to help you not be addicted or whatever, but I might not. I don't have no. I never been through that, so I don't know like how to get you out of that situation. So it might not be the people around you that can help you. You're gonna have to kick, like I said, kick your own ass and do what you gotta do to be right and know yourself so that you can be right. So, I don't have all the answers when it comes to some of those kind of things, but God bless you, bro. And you gotta be your own boss, man. If you have control over your mind, never let any person, anything, any substance, or anything ever get control of your mind. That's what all we have. Because you can cut off an arm, you can cut off a leg. If you cut off the mind, it's over. And if you let drugs or alcohol or anything control your mind and you get addicted to where that's driving your actions, that's controlling you. Don't let anything that even looks like it's going to affect your mind, don't let it in. Do not let it in. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little bit of advice, bro. Yeah. What's up, Daryl Farmer? What's good, brother? Um, Daryl said, You are the sum of your five closest friends." So I will. I'm different from my friends and my family, man. I keep my friends close, and I think we're the same in certain things, but we're real different in other things. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, my friends keep me real. They keep me who I am, and they serve as a healthy support system to my mental health. And I value my friends for how I feel when I'm around them and stuff like that. But my friends could be doing some totally different stuff from me as far as what they do for a living or what their ambitions are or what their goals are or who they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I still keep I have some close friends and we just might do stuff differently, but I love them to death and I just always will. And we're very similar in certain things, like how we were raised, how we interpret certain things, what we laugh at, our sense of humor, what we enjoy doing and stuff like that. Dr. R8 is in here. What's up, boy? Dr. R8 is in here. You better hurry up and get an R8, man. You Dr. R fake. Yeah. What's good, everybody? Happy Friday, man. What y'all got for me, man? What other questions? I'm getting ready to do a video. So you're done 187 says, what's a good investment in stocks? What's up and coming that I can throw a little at? I'm gonna do some videos on. I started investing in the stock market again. I was invested a long time ago, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I started investing again now. And I can show you guys my strategy. I can show you guys what I'm doing, but I'm not no expert when it comes to no stock picks. I like real estate because I can tell you some factual things that will help you make money in real estate. But when it comes to stock market, I can't tell you I can tell you pick this company, that company, and this is the reason why. But guess what? Once you pick it, you don't have no control over that company. You know what I'm saying? Unless you own all of the stock. That's different from real estate. In real estate, you can buy a house in the right neighborhood, and that house could be a piece of crap, but you can buy it and you can go in there with your own two hands and your own brain and your own vision, and you can go in there and fix that house up with your own two hands and turn your investment into a big return. You can't do that in the stock market. So I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you like try this stock and try that stock. But what I will say is what I'm doing is I'm looking at the history of mutual funds and what those mutual funds, like their blended stock portfolios, what sectors and what's their investment strategy and philosophy. And I'm looking at it, and if I agree with it and they have a good history of good returns, then I'm investing. That's how I'm investing my money. Now, there's certain stocks that I believe in, like for example, Google, because Google owns YouTube, and I believe YouTube is just positioned to be the category. They could be like the Walmart or the Amazon, how Walmart and Amazon were to retail. I feel like Google and YouTube can be that um television and broadcast media. I believe that's YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I want to buy some of that stock, but I want it to go down a little bit because it's like $2,000 or something like that. But that's just me. I wouldn't be like, yo, go buy that stock because I don't know what that company's going to do. I'm just telling you my thing. So be careful of people that think they know everything when it comes to stock market. Look at their portfolio. Uh, Reginald Bryant, what's up, brother? Reginald Bryant said, Les Brown says, don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. Guess who used to be Les Brown's mentor? Bill Moss. My father was Les Brown's mentor. He brought Les Brown from Miami, where they're from, to Columbus, Ohio, for Les Brown to be on the radio. Les Brown did his thing, but he came to my dad's funeral and everything. I don't know a whole lot about him because it was like kind of like before my time. I remember seeing him around and stuff like that, but a good brother and somebody that's very motivational. Yes, sir, Dr. R.A. What's up, boy? So what else we got here? What else we got here? Um, Herschel said, now 1.5 years later, the value shot almost 75K, and I'm confident it will sell around this or more. Herschel, what you talking about, man? Herschel said, Will Motivation, I started getting into real estate once I found your channel. I'm a recent grad and I got my first job of 50K and immediately put a down payment on a house for 20K on a 170K loan. 1.5 years later, the value shot up almost 75K, and I'm confident it will sell around this or more. I will now have more than 100K saved up. I want to know what is the best way to invest this. Do the same thing you just did, but you just did it, bro. You just invested in real estate, made a good investment, and you turn around about to make some money. You can do the same thing. Just be careful, because now you got to realize it is a seller's market right now. I can't predict the market and tell you that it's going to drop again tomorrow, next year, next month. I can't tell you that. But real estate markets are kind of cyclical. If you look at the graph of real estate, it goes like this, then it drops. Then it goes like this, a little higher, then it drops. It goes like this. But them time periods that it rises and then drops, I guess you like, some people could say it averages 10 years or something like that, but that's not guaranteed. It's not always the same. So just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to find, in this kind of market, you want to find an opportunity that, well, in every market, you want to look for an opportunity that's a sure shot. Either like, because you're going to be a seller, you're going to flip. Right now in this market, it's a little hard to pick up rentals. It's a little hard unless you build the rental and you have a budget and you can build it for a certain cheap amount and then turn it into a rental. That's what I did with my project Huracan. I built it for cheap enough where I can make it a rental. I spent about $160,000 building it. We had it in contract to sell for $320,000, but they started knick-knacking me on the construction quality and stuff because I was the builder and they don't know who I am. So they got kind of scared and went over the top with the inspection. And so I decided to keep it and make it a rental. And now it's my highest grossing rental right now. So just be careful, man. You know, you can make some money, bro. Just be careful. It's just healthy to be scared a little bit, but not scared enough where you don't take action and make some moves. You know what I'm saying? All right, Imperfect Family is talking about my Cowboys, man. He said, your hustle, he respects the hustle, but Eagles all day. I want your advice bad, but you're a Cowboys fan. Yeah, man, I'm an organic Cowboys fan too. Like, I didn't like the Cowboys because they were winning. I like the Cowboys because I did a book report on Tony Dorsett because the book was blue. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in third grade and all these brown looking books and black books. I saw a blue book and I was like, that looks cool. Let me take the blue book and I'm gonna do my book report on whatever this is. It was Tony Dorsett. And I learned about Tony Dorsett and Dallas Cowboys and did my book report. And the football season started that year. And the first game of the season was Dallas Cowboys game. And just like the book said, Tony Dorsett used to run back touchdowns. On the very first play of the game, Tony Dorsett received the kickoff and he ran it back for a touchdown. And I went crazy. It was like meant to be. I went crazy. I started crying and stuff. I'm a little kid in third grade. I got emotional. I've been organically Cowboys fan for life after that, you know. Tony Dorsett took it to the house for me. So XX, the one and only one. He said, have you ever filed for bankruptcy? And if you did, how did you bounce back? No, I have never filed for bankruptcy, but maybe somebody that's in here has, and they can talk about how they bounce back in the chat. But I do know people that have filed for bankruptcy and they bounce back. But when you file for bankruptcy, what I could understand what they did is they filed for bankruptcy and there was a certain amount of time where their credit was bad. But after a certain amount of time passed and they started building up their credit again and it was good, that after that time period passed, they were good again. Like their credit was good again. Like I got a friend that bought a house after filing for bankruptcy, but I think there's a time period that has to pass. You got to start building your credit again, having credit, using it, making your payments on time, and doing all that good stuff. And then you're back in the game. But I don't know what that time period is. So if somebody can drop a comment on that, that might be helpful. All right. Jean-Marc Romain said, I bought my SVR off the strength of your channel. Buying my first property in Nova. Places are more expensive than Ohio, but we'll take your class. Also a diehard Cowboys fan like you. What's up, man? And the SVR is a killer, man. I know you must have seen Richard Fain's channel, but shout out to my man Kevin, because Kevin had the SVR that I had on my channel, and I thought about getting an SVR. Maybe I'll have one day. You know what I'm saying? If I can afford it. All right, what kind of questions y'all got for me, man? Where y'all at? We got 146 people in here. We got 197 thumbs up. Real estate questions, real estate investing questions, entrepreneurship questions. I love the let me be honest with y'all. I actually like the entrepreneurship questions more than the real estate questions because I made more money being an entrepreneur and having different types of companies than the real estate investing. However, they go hand in hand. Like I wouldn't have the cars and stuff if I didn't have some investments that far outweigh the cars. I just wouldn't have the cars even if I was making $1 million plus a year, I couldn't justify buying a Lambo if I don't have millions invested. For me, that's just how I feel. So I like the questions on not only real estate but also entrepreneurship. And let's talk about it. All right, Jimbo G said, how old were you when you started into real estate? Do you invest into tax liens and tax deeds through auctions virtually? Rich, can you help me out with the investing around tax liens and tax deeds? And I'll give you the $5 that Jimbo just sent. We'll put it towards some ribs. But I haven't done tax liens and tax deeds, so fortunately I can't help you with that. But I can tell you how old I was when I started investing in real estate. I started investing in real estate in 2010. Now, when I started investing in real estate in 2010, I already had experience. Here's the experience that helped me. I had experience educating myself and learning how to learn stuff, right? I went to college and I learned how to learn. So I could pick up books and I could pick up audio cassettes and stuff like that. Not cassettes, but audio downloads, audibles or whatever, to learn about investing in real estate. So I had that experience of learning. I had experience of being an entrepreneur and not being afraid of having clients and customers like tenants. I had an entrepreneur experience. I also had experience owning real estate, right? I owned my first house that I built in 1999. My first office space, my second office space was an office condo that I bought. So I owned that. Then I needed to get a condo for me to live in while I was going through my reshuffling and a divorce. And I bought that instead of renting it. So I had 3 properties. Then I wanted to move into another house, and the real estate market crashed. And I was like, wow, man, I'm about to take a loss on my condo because I wanted to sell it so that I could have money to invest in my new house. And I was getting ready to take a huge loss because the real estate market crashed, but it was unbelievable to me. And I said, this is an opportunity. Millionaires are going to be made off of this real estate drop. So why don't I just invest in real estate and then I'll recoup my loss on that condo by buying real estate for super cheap. And that's when I met Rich. We started buying cribs and we started buying a whole bunch of stuff. We must have bought like 40 to 50 properties, something like that. But anyway, it was 2010. So how old was I? I was 2010, I was 37, 37, 36 or 30. I was like 35 or 36. Okay. So that's how I was when I got started investing in real estate. Um and the rest is history, man. Like it's been good. But I saw the opportunity and I struck while the iron, like my dad used to say, strike while the iron is hot. Like basically take advantage of the opportunities when you can. And sometimes I feel like I listen to that advice to my own detriment because now my business is hot right now. And I just like I feel like I'm striking while the iron is hot, but like I work all the time, man. I work all the time. When I wake up in the morning, I wash up and do my hygiene and I sit down and start working. You know what I'm saying? So and then I work till I go to bed pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So but I feel like I'm striking while the iron is hot because you don't know tomorrow things might cool off. You know what I'm saying? Like when the COVID pandemic came around, I actually was kind of excited like to have a break because I have been working for so long and so hard. I felt like wow, I might actually get like a few months off. First time in my life, like as an adult, I felt like I might be able to not work for a little while. And I'm okay with that because I've been preparing for this. Like I saved my money, you know what I'm saying? I saved money. I know people might not have been paying me rent and stuff like that, and I know my clients might stop buying stuff on my main business, but I was always ready for that. So I thought I was gonna get a break, man, but then business started booming even more. And so my dad said, "Strike while the iron is hot," and I've been striking. But I'll be working, man. I'll be grinding crazy. Um, Jean-Marc Romain said, "What cars do you recommend for starting my Turo side hustle? Thinking about Urus and reserve a Cybertruck. List your favorite cars for Turo." So everybody can drop that in the comments. What would be your favorite car to rent on Turo? For me, I don't know if I would go all the way to the top like a Urus. For me, I would say like something really, really nice like that in sport. But I think I would max out around 100K. No more than like 100, a little more than 100. But you start talking about 200,000 for a Turo. I don't know, man. I'd be afraid somebody would tear that up. And then what's going to happen to your insurance if somebody jacks it all up? I don't know how that works, but I don't know. I'm sure people want to. I'm sure people in the right market. You get in the right market with some exotics on Turo in the right market. You probably could lease them things all day, or not rent them out all day. Like, and when I say the right market, I'm talking about Orlando, Florida tourists, Miami, Florida tourists, party vacation type tourists, right? Miami. Uh, where else do people want to stunt and ball? New York, I don't know. Vegas for sure. Los Angeles for sure. Um, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Atlanta, maybe. So gotta be in the right market to do that high end stuff. All right, so you're done 187. Say, how do I get startup loans to start my business? I got a business license and LLC, 100% legit. I just don't know. I just don't have any free cash to get equipment. I got about 100K in equity, but don't know. If you got 100K in equity, equity in what? Like your real estate? If you have 100K in real estate equity, that's how you can get your loan. You can loan against your real estate equity. Now, be careful what kind of business you're starting to keep your costs low when you start. Like when I started my business, my expenses I kept to a minimum. Like my expenses for my business was like a computer, some web servers, and some hard work, some know-how. So, be careful of the business where you got a lot of upfront capital. Try to minimize your risk with that. You know what I'm saying? Because like if my business failed, I only lost a few $100s or a few $1,000s, you know what I'm saying? But the upside was so dramatically tremendous. I was grinding on it from day one. All right, next question. What kind of questions you guys got? Because it's about 11:30 p.m. and I think I'm gonna log off here in about 10 minutes. Um, Riley the fourth said, "How do you know when to pivot with entrepreneurship and when to stay the course?" Ooh, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I would say, I would say, you stay the course when your gut instinct and your research tell you that whatever you're doing is a good idea, can work. You might just have to change how you do it for it to be successful. But you should also have passion enough to where you're doing it and you like doing it anyway, right? That's when you stay the course. You know when to pivot when you try something and maybe you don't see any interest. Now I'm not talking about money. Like you might start like my business I started, right? The business that I started that makes the most money that I own right now. I didn't make money for about 3 years. I didn't make any money, but the business was successful because people used the business. They used my concept. They proved my concept was valuable. But I just had to figure out how to monetize it, and that would come with time. It's the same thing with YouTube. Like I know YouTube for me is a really good investment. I don't make any real money off of YouTube right now, but if I can create value and people use my content or leverage my content and my content becomes valuable to more and more and lots of people, then it can turn into something that makes, now it does make a little bit of money. I might make $2,000 a month on YouTube, which is good, but for my time it's not good. Like I literally should be getting paid for an hour of my time. I should be getting about $2,000 for an hour of my time, right? Literally, like not being funny or joking or anything. I did the math and stuff like that. An hour of my time is worth a couple $1,000s, right? So if I spend hours and hours doing YouTube and I only get $2,000 a month, it's obviously an investment for me. And I'm going to stay the course because I know this is a really good question because this I can show you how I'm making that decision right now, like with YouTube. I know I'm not. I know I'm going to stay the course because my gut business instinct tells me that this is a good decision, and my experience of creating value, even for a smaller number of people, um, my concept is proven that I can create value for people, right? But I might not make a lot of money now, but I know YouTube, the platform, is not going anywhere, and it has a potential to get humongous in the future and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm in early. I have a audience. I can make the audience only get bigger. I can provide value. I'm staying the course, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying the course, period, because of what I know in my business instinct and my research and everything that tells me. But I might say, oh, YouTube is hard, or I might not like it, or I'm not making any money. And you could use all of those reasons to pivot. But if you know that kind of business will work and you can make it work, then you stay the course. But if you do a bit like I've done some businesses where I'm like, nah, I'm not going to be doing that no, anymore. Trying to think of a good example. But like if you have other things that you're doing that, like for me, it usually boils down to how much effort and time is it going to take from me to make that thing become successful? And do I even like doing that? If it's going to take too much time compared to other stuff that I'm doing that's already working and I don't even like doing it, then that's probably when I pivot. So that's gonna be my answer. All right. Any other questions? G Video Gaming said, he said, how did you balance your entrepreneurial life in the beginning with business and family and still make great money? In the beginning, I didn't make great money. So that's number one. But I knew I was passionate about it. I knew I could provide value. And I didn't know how much money I was gonna make, but I just knew I was gonna see it through. Like I just knew I was gonna build this thing and it was gonna get bigger and it was gonna provide a lot of value. And it was something that was my calling. Like, so how did I balance that with my entrepreneurial life in the beginning with business and family? Um, I prioritize. Family comes first, and then my responsibilities with like having a 9 to 5 came second, and then my entrepreneurial life came third. So I just remember that priority. But that entrepreneurial life, I knew that entrepreneurial life could take care of my family. So it had a very high priority for me early on because I knew if I hit it hard in the beginning, I created something, I wouldn't have to worry about getting fired from that 9 to 5 job one day or getting downsized or eventually just losing my job for whatever reason. I felt like I could make this business work and then take care of my number one priority, which is my family, right? So that created a very high priority for that entrepreneurial life. But if my family needed me for whatever, I was that was that's how you balance it. You prioritize. So my family always had priority, and they still do. But my entrepreneurial life has taken care of my family beyond my wildest imagination. Literally, I have employed all of my brothers and sisters have worked for me, period. Like at some point, all of them. I got 4 brothers and sisters. All of my brothers and sisters have ate off of the plate that I've created with my business. All of them. And when they really needed it and stuff. And some of them made a lot of money with it and all kind of stuff off of that entrepreneurial life, taking care of my family. My kids now, if they want to go to college, if they want to be springboarded into, if they want to get into the business, they want to take my business over, they have that as an option now to take care of them for years into the future. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Like sometimes people don't understand that when you're making those sacrifices and you're making those decisions. But that's how I did it, man. And it's I have mixed emotions and mixed feelings about it now in retrospect. Um, because I did get a divorce, but I did like keep my kids close and around, but not as close as I think I would have liked to have had them around if I wasn't divorced, right? I feel like I feel like things would have maybe been better for my kids. But my divorce wasn't because of my business. Divorce was just because of some other stuff, some personal stuff. So it wasn't really a balancing thing with that. But I felt like um, maybe if I could have had some kind of like more time or something. But in retrospect, like there's a lot of things you can't control, and there's a lot of things that you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Your business might have not. If you know like to do one thing, it's going to change the outcome for the better for your family or whatever, and you know that, and you don't do it, that's one thing. But if you don't know to do something, and you're over here focused on your business or whatever, and you just didn't know that you have to do something or pay attention to something or whatever, you can't beat yourself too much. You can't beat yourself up too much, especially when you know that you'll give priority to your family when they need you. So, so that's how I've dealt with it. But I do work a lot, man. I work more than just about anybody I know. All right, what else y'all got, man? And I'm gonna bounce. But Percy said, "Hey Will, thanks for replying to my email on my R8. Quick question: do you scale up faster in real estate? I have 2 rentals, I guess, how do you scale up faster in real estate? I have 2 rentals and about to close on the third, but I feel I'm moving too slow." Um, Short answer to that question: how do you scale up faster in real estate? Uh, Look at how you're buying the real estate. For example, the first 4 houses that I bought investing in real estate, I bought them with cash. I could have scaled up faster if I had relationships with banks and used my cash in partnership with banks to acquire real estate. So instead of buying 4 properties, I could have potentially bought 12 properties with that same amount of cash. That's how you scale up faster. How can you get access to capital to buy deals? But right now in the market that we're in, you got to be careful to scale up too fast in this kind of a market, man. Especially picking up rentals. If I was you, I'd be trying to scale up my cash by doing flips in this seller's market, man. Buy something, fix it up, flip it, make 40 grand, make 50 grand, make 100 grand, whatever you can make. And then keep looking for those deals. That's the hard part, finding the good deals. That's the hard part. Everything else is not that hard, man. So if y'all are interested in my real estate course, let me drop a link in here. Let me drop a link in here for anyone that's interested. Will Motivation com/invest. That's how you get to my discount on my online course. But I like doing these live streams, man, because you never know what questions people are going to ask and how you can help people. So if I ever can help you guys, just ask me questions in my videos and pray for me, man. Everything is not peaches and cream in my world right now, even though I just got a Lamborghini SB and all that stuff. But you know, some people I care about going through it right now, and I'm trying to help them get through it. And I'm trying to figure out how to help them get through it. So so I love y'all, man. I appreciate you guys. Somebody asked me if I know Walter Fluellen. Yeah, I do know Walter Fluellen. That's my buddy. It's my brother. We grew up together, probably since middle school. Good people. Walter Fluellen. Yeah, that's my dude. He said, "Can we talk about a kitchen for a second before you bounce?" What you mean? Talk to me. And Tam, thanks for the insight. I Shine 101, thanks to you, Will. I've done my due diligence, started a school bus company, working as a teacher for over 15 years. I've been able to retire and live extremely comfortable with the pool. And wow, that's dope, man. I know I don't get no. You probably giving me more credit than I deserve. It sound like you was doing your thing. Maybe I was like-minded, and you could relate to me, but sound like you did your thing, man. Congratulations. You're done 187 said, what do I make off of YouTube? I make about $2,000 a month right now, but that's not why I do YouTube. One day, if I can make a prediction, one day as YouTube grows, that $2,000 a month will probably be $20,000 a month one day. Maybe I'll be old, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll be fit in my 50s, but this YouTube channel will probably make $20,000 a month if I continue to add value to people in their lives and continue to try to entertain a little bit with the cars and stuff like that. But YouTube is just getting bigger. So I'm going to try to be a part of that getting bigger and do my part as a creator and try to add value to the platform and let it grow. So most likely, when I first started, I was making $200 a month. Now it's 2,000. So one day it'll probably be 20,000. So, but that's not why I do it. It's gonna be nice. That'll be nice and everything because I do enjoy doing the YouTube. But for me, like if I knew I helped somebody do something that like really helped them in their life, that's much more fulfilling to me than getting a $2,000 check because I already got $2,000. You know what I'm saying? I like to be able to help people, especially when it's something I know how. I don't always know how to do everything. I don't know how to help people in all the different situations, even my own family and stuff. I don't know what to do sometimes. But if I can help somebody, I do know I would definitely try to do that. So you guys help me to do that. So I appreciate y'all. Yes, Rich, 50 is not old, but I'm almost, I'm gonna be there pretty soon. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Everybody stay positive, stay safe, enjoy your weekend, do something productive, do something positive. And I got a video dropping tomorrow too. It's gonna be a nice one. My buddy Sean just wrapped his R8, and his R8 is gonna be sick. It's gonna be real nice. So that video is gonna drop at 11 a.m. And thanks for all the support. Love you guys, and appreciate you guys. And you know, stay on that grind, man. Be positive, be productive. All right, love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.